can get to know the legend. My love, just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was telling land, focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, peace, love and light, peace, love. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours, peace to you and yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Techno Tuesdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. Let me know how we sound on the audio. Let me know how we sounding on the audio. What's popping, everybody in the building. That song that you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Facts remix by the 44 Tops, whose project will be dropping on February the 7th. Yes, you heard it here loud and clear. The 44 Tops debut album dropping on February the 7th. All right. Make sure y'all get that. Yeah. Providence, Rhode Island in the building. Providence, Rhode Island. Let's do the roll call and get into this episode. Providence, Rhode Island in the building. Shout out to Providence. Shout out to, first of all, shout out to the Twitch family, the Facebook family, and the YouTube family. Shout out to DC in the building. All right. Shout out to DC. We got Antioch, California. We got AZ in the building. We got Durham, North Carolina in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Vegas in the building, Alabama in the building. Indeed. Yes, the album is definitely going to be fire. Peace to Toronto. What up, T Dot? What's good with the 6, man? Y'all all right? Y'all okay out there? All right. Shout out to T Dot. Shout out to Toronto. You dig? Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to Philly and Kansas City and whatnot. Smoking on a pack, on an AK pack, the Livingston Runts. Smoking on a DJ Academics pack all day, man. Talk black to me. BK all day. Shout out to BK in the building. It wouldn't be right if BK wasn't in the building. Shout out to the Texas family, man. Salute to Texas in the building. Salute to Norfolk in the building. Shout out to Be More Careful. Yeah, man. What a day it is. Waking up to see your boy Livingston getting smoked. They having a field day with Mr. DJ Academics. They got him, they rolling him up in a whole bunch of backwoods right now. You know, putting them in a whole bunch of blunts. A whole Dave, they putting Dave Blunts in them runts right now. Shout out to Los Angeles, Hollywood, California. All right. Hollywood, California. I heard it rained in California. Is that correct? Did that subside the forest fires? Shout out to everybody who responded to last night's show when I was looking for developers, coders, and programmers. And I'll extend my invitation to everybody in the building tonight, especially my blurs. This is this is the people who, you know, would really heed that calling. So last night on Melanin Mondays, we were having a conversation, and it was in lieu of a lot of the hoopla that was taking place in the mainstream media, and the whole story about DeepSeek went viral, right? A lot of these stories don't go viral on a daily, but just so happened on Monday, this story went viral, and everybody's mind was on AI, and everybody's mind was on this thing, technology. You know what I'm saying? Being technologically efficient. And I made the statement that based off of the machinations and the way that people are moving these days, the last 7 days since Donald J. Trump has been inside of the Oval Office, just the way that I'm seeing a lot of people move, I'm like, yo, from my perspective, the most important role players in this game or in this quote unquote script that we're following through is coders, developers, and programmers. And why I say that is they have the opportunity, right, to do something that I haven't seen the rappers do. I have not seen the actors do. I have not seen the athletes do. I have not seen the financial gurus do. I have not seen the people in the church, mega churches do. And I haven't seen rich niggas do. And that's invent anything, right? They're not, they are stagnated at this point in the game. They are going through what we would call entropy. Okay. In psychology, they would be seen as the last man. They're not motivated to do anything. They're going to Cancun, rinse and spin. They on rinse and spin cycles. They do the same thing. Super Bowl. Then we're gonna go to the All-Star game. Then we're gonna go to the Grammys. Then we're gonna go to Live. Then we're gonna go to the R&B parties. Like, you know, people are moving like herds and whatnot. And then on the other hand, you have groups of people that are, you know, sitting on cryptocurrency that they went ahead and invested in 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And then you have other people that are going ahead and they're coming up with ideas, and they're saying, you know what, not only can I come up with an idea, I could bring that idea to life through not just code anymore, through natural language programming, like just writing it out, writing my ideas out. I could take my journals, I could take my idea books, my sketch pad, and I literally could bring it to life, you know. And it's real difficult. I won't say it's hard, but it's difficult explaining that to a society that, according to Maslow's pyramid, the majority of this society is living in survival mode. And, you know, it's hard to even paint these pictures that, you know, there are people amongst us who have the opportunity and the ability to build worlds if they so please because of what they know. So developers, engineers, and programmers, especially in this new digital world that we live in, what we call the matrix, right? There's many names to it, but this digital economy and this digital world that we all see ourselves a part of, yeah, these brothers need to be and sisters need to be highlighted a lot more. And we that's what we over here doing on Techno Tuesdays. We're gonna make this the Market Mondays of technology amongst our people. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I say all of that to say sometimes you speak things into existence. And, you know, anybody who's been on this platform following us through these episodes know that we were speaking of the need to actually find these programmers and these developers and these coders, speak it and it will come into fruition. So I spoke it and it manifested. Not only did it manifest last night, no, this rising when I woke up after the show, I literally had more than 10 emails from people in the audience who were like, yo, that is me. And when they were giving me LinkedIn, GitHub links, LinkedIn links, websites and everything, blew my mind. High, they say it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. High quality people in this audience. So salute to y'all. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on the stage a good brother who's been riding these 4 weeks out with me. And he's been holding it down for Techno Tuesdays. Our good brother, none other than Spence City in the building.
Peace, family. Peace.
Peace to the God.
Feeling red?
Oh man, I can't complain. I can't complain. Just doing what it do. You feel me?
This AI news change every 15 seconds, huh?
Huh?
I said the AI news change every 15 seconds, huh?
Yeah, we in the quantum quickening, the solar maximum, and things are, we just in January of 2025.
Man,
We just in January, and it's already cackalaking. It's already popping off. This is going to be a very eventful calendar year. I can see this, but it seems that things that we decided to start talking on a few weeks ago, in prepping our audience, you feel me, getting them ready and whatnot, getting them prepared. A lot of that was in good timing.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
a lot of that was in perfect timing, because I got students telling me that they're able to articulate to their family and friends what's going on, what's not going on, what could be going on. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It is a beautiful thing. Shout out to all of the KTLians out there. I'm kind of sad, but then I'm also I'm enthusiastic because we have some good news. But tomorrow will be the last week for our 4-week workshop that we've been doing with about 50 students, and it has been very, very we've all grown together. Let's just say that we've all grown together. Everybody's been learning. The teachers are learning, the students are learning. We've been putting out homework. They've been coming back with the homework and whatnot. So everybody is active. The Discord is lit. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, we're gonna keep building.
Yeah, definitely. We've been able to impact the elders. We've been able to impact the youth and people that are right on time, right on age. So that this time the 4-week masterclass, it went to, it looks like it's going to plan. People building foundations of a store to use, straight up sales and marketing descriptions on their product. We taught them how to prompt up their product, how to prompt up their content, how to use the back ends of the algorithms of social media sites to find their target audience and reverse engineer,
right?
Paid targeting into organic. So, and then helping them with the automation tools like ManyChat, how you put them on, and other maps and other sequences. We've been able to help people
Zapier.
build and get right into business. It's been huge.
Yeah. The whole Zapier play, the AI clone play, the HeyGen play. A lot of game has been expounded. You feel me? Over these 4 weeks, we talked about agentic AI, and then they dropped Operator from OpenAI. We talked about.
I got some crazy game for Operator users.
Okay.
Yeah, some crazy Operator users.
Yeah, I got some game too. I got some prompts for them. I got some AI prompts for DeepSeek users, and I got some game for Operator. We talked about the Deep Research app, and we talked about, before it was DeepSeek, Gemini had what? What's the Gemini called? Deep
1.5.
research.
Yeah, Gemini 1.5 with deep research.
It was deep research before it was DeepSeek. So I remember we talked about that first with Gemini.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
we did.
mean?
We did it
With
first,
Gemini.
but I don't think DeepSeek has deep research beat Red, because the you already know it shows you that it's going over 686 websites,
Right,
and
right.
that's
Sources.
information powered by Google. So that's
Right.
all Google source when it comes to what they got going on Gemini and DeepSeek. You know, I know the news is up, Red, but look, check it out. Like, so DeepSeek is up. We knew DeepSeek was up 3-4 weeks ago when we were first telling everybody about where to go with large language models. So we kind of know it's kind of like slight deep research, because it talks to itself, it thinks to itself right in front of you, and then with context delivers you your whatever you ask for. It doesn't
Right.
have operator, it doesn't have projects, it doesn't have memory, it doesn't have how to talk to me, it doesn't have so many things that OpenAI does have. You know what I mean? I don't know what type of news this really was and what it was really meant to impact, but if you're playing with OpenAI's ChatGPT at a high level, um, I mean you're paying your worth. You don't want it to be free and get the offerings that you get from DeepSeek. DeepSeek is a whale. It's
Right.
definitely uh full steam ahead. I can't say that it's not, but it's kind of not touching some of these other models, and you'll start to see it as you get more, you know, quantum quickness in your system. So definitely, we just got to take more looks at that. But being a player for the last month on DeepSeek, when it was number 2 and number 3 before they even launched search, you know, playing with it early, it's still not where even $200, even at $200, I still mess with my OpenAI, my operator, and my
Right.
tasks.
Right. So I do have a special guest in the building. This brother is a coder. He's a builder. Okay. Uh the brother has some technology that blew my mind. And I was like, yo, we gotta show this to the community and whatnot. So I'm gonna bring the brother on. We're gonna take a deep dive into the world of DeepSeek, right, and other AI tools, or what we would call AI master tools. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Jovial Joel. Peace.
Hey, peace to the family, y'all. Hey, appreciate you, Red. Nice to meet you, Spin. Hey, I love the work y'all doing. It's good to be here with y'all right now. Peace and love to the fam.
Yeah, peace, love, and light to you, brother.
Peace, love,
Nice
and
to meet
light.
you, bro.
Most definitely.
Real briefly, can you introduce yourself to the family? Let them know what you do, and let them know what your gifts, your talents are.
Peace and love to the people. I'm Jovial Joel. I'm a multi-genius just like you are. I'm a reflection. So everything you are, I am as well. As far as this tech thing goes, I've been in basically native iOS development for the last 13 years as a contract killer. So I'm like a mercenary. I come on, I finish projects, I start projects, I support projects depending on wherever I come on. Work for companies like UPS, Honeywell, Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. A lot of the apps that may not hit the app store but have some internal use for larger organizations. I worked on those. Past 4 years, I've been working in the startup realm, basically being more than a developer, being like a program manager, building
Right.
your dev team, interviewing your dev team, bringing on the right resources, getting you to that exit. So my most recent work was able to help a minority woman-led organization, Pirium, which is a crowdfunding platform for direct investing, help them get approved by FINRA for regulatory approval to bring in crowdfunding. So working behind the scenes on a lot of things, but also building within. So appreciate being here. And yeah, I'm a technologist, so pretty versatile when it comes to what I develop and how I'm developing. And AI is definitely my co-pilot these days.
Are you
That's
considered self-taught, or do you have degrees and whatnot? Are you
So I'm a
certified?
graduate. I went to Georgia State University, computer science, math minor. So I love the complexity. I love the theory. I love the mathematics, the mathematics.
The mathematics. What made you want to become a builder? What made you want to become a developer and create things.
Well, give thanks we stand on the shoulders of giants, right? So
Yeah.
I'm Joel Myers Jr. My daddy saw my proficiency for math growing up. And he said, you know what? You need to stay in that tech. It's going to be jobs. It's going to be opportunities. He had me in the black data processing. It's like a black data processing students type of organization growing up. They used to send these big old magazines, and it would have all type of exposure on different type of things in computers, in tech. So I just really respected my daddy enough to follow what he was saying. And I started seeing, oh, I can do this. And I started doing this. I was the neighborhood tech guy growing up. I was the Napster head in the late 90s. I'm burning them CDs. I'm selling them in high school and stuff. So I've been since Windows 95 fixing people printer, doing all kind of things to get my chops before I went to college, and then I just stuck with it.
So you the Blurred Blueprint.
I stand on it. But multi-genius amongst other things. Also vibrational sound healer. So I'm really all about high frequency living.
Explain to the audience how you were able to incorporate your passion for sound energy healing into technology. I mean, usually if you ask some of the purists and whatnot, they would vehemently say that the ancient technology and what they call this new technology don't even go together. It's like oil and water. But I've seen you merge the two. So can you explain how that happened?
Hey, give thanks. I've been doing vibrational sound therapy about 5 years now. And so I carry about 14 crystal quartz bowls with me. I load up my truck and it's pretty cumbersome. And I've broken a couple before. So I said, how can I get this energy out and basically replicate myself? Basically scale myself beyond just this one vessel. So I said, well, you got the tools. Get in here and create an experience. Basically empower others to be a sound healer. So I just got ingenious and I was like, hold up, I got the microphone, I got the bowls, I record them in a way that works for actual free play usability, user experience, I should say. And I said, what abilities does this iPhone give me that will help turn up the sensory aspect of this to really make somebody feel like they're playing some sound bowls? Oh, let me add the haptic feedback on it. When they're swirling, it's vibrating just like it vibrates when I play it. So I basically, I condensed my experience into using the frameworks that native iOS development offers me, and I translated it into a pocket sound bath experience where you basically have all the tools to create your own sound bath in your pocket.
Do you have any way of sharing that with the family? Like, can you share the screen? Okay, there you go.
So this is how my bowls look when I'm playing them from overhead. So this is like a first person perspective. If you were doing some corporate wellness and you pulled up and say Microsoft and they wanted to do some sound healing for mental health and wellness.
Yes.
You have the ability to turn up the volume a little bit. You have the ability to.
Let's go.
And so this is a free play. And me doing some market research before I started actually coding this, I noticed that there had been some apps where you can play a ball here, touch a ball there, but there was no app where you can actually play multiple bowls all at once.
Right.
So doing a little market research before I started developing just to see the viability, I actually saw that, what I'm looking to do does not exist. This is the ability for you to free play. So what I do is around here in Atlanta doing the biking trails, I'll take a Bluetooth speaker, hook this up, and be playing people a sound bath as they go by. Amplifying the frequency, amplifying the ascension frequency. So it started out with just a free play where you could just play it as you want to. Then I thought, man, sometimes people not going to want to just free play. Sometimes you're going to want to turn it on and have it play to you.
And
so
affect
also
others.
That mode, listening mode, where you're able to select a listening mode based on how you want to feel. I mean, you turn that blur off, but either way, I can select one of these, and now it's gonna play by itself. So this is for me. This is a non-negotiable, y'all. We gotta really work on our vibration. I get high off my own supply. I listen to these when I go to sleep
Crazy.
and when I wake up. When I need a mental health break, I just turn it on and I
And I
experience it.
know that sounds crazy on a Bluetooth too.
Oh man,
Like,
I got these JBLs. I got these different size JBLs, and I turn the bass boost on. It don't went off real quick, but it still plays.
so
Phone goes
if I
off.
had a haptic vest, right? You know, like with the video game players wear, it's called Wooger.
Yep.
If I had like a haptic vest hooked up to my body with the haptic gloves, I would feel all of the impulses from that sound healing.
Oh, totally. Like, and you know, your body is
Wow.
7/8 water. Your body is water that we've learned through these vibratory tests that water stores every vibration that comes through it. So these are harmonics. This is a 7 chakra set of crystal quartz bowls that I recorded, and then I mixed and mastered them in GarageBand myself, just so I could just cut the middleman out. I don't have to go to the studio. Let's get my Blue Yeti mic. Let's record these in the different ways that you can play, and then let's make sure the frequencies match for each chakra, and then let's go ahead and load it into the app experience with a little user experience.
Beautiful.
Cool.
And this is a skill set that you're willing to teach students?
Totally. So I actually have a background in helping and teaching a boot camp for consultants where you are basically transitioning from a certain discipline into specifically native iOS development. So I have a 6-week course that I have taught for a year or so. And right now this app is available to test. I have VIP testers on test flight. We're going to get the Android version coming up soon. But right now we got close to 100 people testing this right now before we hit the market.
Can you do me a super solid, my good brother Joel, off the strength? You know what I mean? Just off the strength. Can you afford that to my KTLians, my audience?
Oh, most definitely. I would love
they want to be a part of that because I know that they need the sound bowl healing, and I
need them a part of that. You know, we need each other. So I definitely want each of you to tap in, and if you're able to, I have a couple websites. So if you're able to tap into Healing Heart Sounds, that's what I do my vibrational sound therapy through, healingheartsounds.com/contact. You could just throw your Apple App Store email in there, and I could get any of you uploaded to test flight after this episode.
Say that again so my mods will put it in the chat, please.
That's healingheartsounds.com/contact. So it's the contact page of my website because I'm just a healing heart. That's healing heart through sound. So it's Healing Heart Sounds. healingheartsounds.com.
healingheartsounds.com. You heard that, KTLians. First come, first serve. The brother is he's opening up the door for us. You know, look.
And I put together 2 more listening sessions today. So
just so you know it's real, right? And he ain't out here bluffing. I got mines right here. Feel me? I got mines on my phone. So
And you said it's not on the Android joints? No, Galaxy.
We ain't on Android yet. Like I said, my background is native iOS, so I started there. And just to keep it 100, what I did was me and Claude been building this the past couple months.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So this is me and Claude AI production. And
that's
so
hard.
Yep. Bars.
So Brody, just to get like a little bit of tech talk starting, Claude is the best AI large language model for coding.
It's been grading out as especially Sonnet. When Sonnet dropped, you know, I could tell even I was coding with it before Sonnet, but when Sonnet dropped, it seemed like it could give me more back in the terms of my prompts, and then just having the wherewithal from my experience, being able to know where to put things and knowing how to add testing and things to make sure it's a quality experience. That's what I feel makes it a quality offering. Being able to lean on the experiences that I've had the last 12, 13 years working in that space made my time with Claude that much more efficient.
Have you been able to work with DeepSeek as a co-pilot for coding?
So that's the next step. So as you guys mentioned, DeepSeek has been running through the wire for the last 3 to 4 weeks, but it somehow popped in this last 1 or 2 weeks. So I've been getting
PR.
Yeah, I haven't got my chops wet with it the coding aspect of it, but that is next. I want to have it go side by side with Claude to see who's better.
The evil genius inside of me is saying whoever shorted Nvidia, somebody shorted them for a few billion, right?
Yep.
So whoever was responsible for the shorting of the whole, because if you shorted anything on the market, you came up yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever, because that was a PR campaign. Because me and Spin was talking about DeepSeek about a week ago, and there was no big press on it like that. It did not.
Mm-hmm.
It was not shaking the market. It was not making rumblings. But it had a PR campaign over Saturday and Sunday. I seen the shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they always need an excuse.
When I was telling you, Red, I thought I was up on something. I'm like, bro, I found this Chinese joint. I remember I hit you. I'm like, I found this Chinese large language model. Man, I'm thinking this going crazy.
Right.
Shit. And then look what happened in a few weeks. I'm like, damn.
Biggest story out there. So we want to do a deep dive on DeepSeek. I just wanted you to qualify yourself to the family so they know that we got, you know what I mean, quality of membership. We got to literally vet people live on air.
As we should.
As we should, because there's a standard that we have to keep this platform holding and whatnot. So I feel that you passed the test, and we're going to get this roundtable conversation going and whatnot. Before we even get into DeepSeek, I want my audience to understand the power of the statement that I made when I said that the three most powerful people that we should be paying attention to, we should be making it rain on, we should be investing in, is our coders, our developers, and our programmers. I want to ask both Spin City and my good brother Jovial Joe, what do you feel about that statement?
I feel like we're building the future now. We're building the future now. We have the tools. This is another step towards true decentralization. There's no central power. We all got the power. So now it's about having the engineering mentality, having the why, and then, hey, we grow from independence to interdependence. Start to count on each other to run our own sprint schedule in a way. You know, we got open source things where somebody just drops something out of nowhere. But what if we had a concerted effort dropping things consecutively, actually hackathoning things together with a certain cadence? So these people are building things with unseen tools. That's what we do. We're using that mental force in order to create in a mental realm that we now have devices that tap into that mental realm. But it's still about using that intangible force of the mind in order to use the tools of the code.
Spin.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to follow up with what I see and what I've heard in the world is people think time is money. That can't possibly be it, because time is a finite asset. Okay, and then you trade. People are usually out there trading time, a finite asset, for a depreciating currency, and then they spend a lot of depreciating currency on a depreciating liability, like a vehicle or something like that. So you're literally spending your life. You're literally spending your life to get things. But I believe the ultimate currency is how creative you are and how quickly you can show the world how creative you are. How to structure the world around you is at our fingertips. It's in the palms of our hands.
Right.
We're watching so many other people create worlds and create realms that popped out of their brain via a prompt. You mean to tell me I can put together a paragraph so good that it can build a business for me in 6 days? Better yet, 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, I was able to learn how to quickly put together a description and a product and put out content and get my offer out. That's you selling creativity and infinite currency. Infinite currency is true creation and bringing it to life.
Yes.
And coders and developers, people like us, we are creating the worlds and creating the path.
Yes. Beautiful. Now, I know that these AI apps are becoming very intelligent to the point where they're saying that coders are not even going to be needed in the near future. But what I do know from speaking to multiple coders and programmers is that they have a way of seeing things, right? Because they understand the lexicon, because they understand, that you could simply take an idea and turn it into a viable product, and you could turn it into a prototype. They see things different than someone who may see with limits or restrictions or what somebody else won't do for them, right? I want to know from you, my good brother, what is the process, right? Give us a step-by-step process of how one would take an idea, a concept that you may get while you're in the shower or while you're on the road driving and whatnot, sometimes in your dreams and whatnot. How could somebody take a concept and turn it into something like an app, or turn it into something like a website, or turn it into something like a unicorn company, a billion-dollar company, using the tools that are available currently right now, not 5 years ago, 5 weeks ago, everything that's at our fingertips right now? How could that come true?
Well, in my eyes, it starts with your intention. You got to know what you want. This is the first time you can get what you want if you know what you want. So being clear, getting clear to know what you want. And then even in my world, I may use these to start doing the typing, but that's not the first step. The first step is actually writing it down and drawing it out, connecting the
Right.
left and right brain, and actually bringing it from the fifth realm, the fifth element into the four, the fire, air, earth,
Right.
and water, writing it down.
Writing it down
Writing
before
it
it
down,
goes into
writing
the
the
digital
algorithm down.
world. Right.
So once you bring it into the world, then now you can even better guide your prompt, because the new programming language is English, good thing or not. So it's not even about knowing Java or C or C++ and all that stuff that, say, I as a computer science graduate had to learn to matriculate. No,
Right.
you just got to be clear on what you want and know how to
Right.
use language in order to express it.
That's
Why
what
they
they
call it
mean.
natural language processing. It's your
You
natural
took
English
the
language.
words out of my mouth.
So everybody's a programmer if you just get still enough to get clear enough about what you want.
So for my brothers and sisters, my intellects that are amongst us, the deep thinkers, the ones who are able to pierce into multi-universes and whatnot, you're saying that those deep thinkers, when they have morning meditations, when they have morning walks, when they're doing morning workouts, they every day can come up with one of the solutions to the 99 problems that we have as a people?
I mean, the process of creation is, you got the tools now. It's still about your intention. And then oftentimes I take myself into that future now of, how does it feel to solve this problem? What kind of experience am I expecting in button press? How many button presses should it take? Then I know, okay, it should be at least, boom, 3 button presses. And that let me know what screens it is. Apple has this thing called Apple Guidelines of Human Computer Interaction. Basically,
Right.
we all have a standard that we expect this technology to operate in. You work in that framework, and you should then reverse engineer, work your way backwards. So if I end up only having to press 3 buttons to get to that feature, what were the screens? And then I draw it. I literally draw it before I type it up. And then one thing that I will say, knowing the language over the years of doing it, I can speak the exact language of iOS. I said, I need a view controller that has a text field with a button
Right.
that pulls up a URL. Now we're getting very specific with the language, and like we said, natural language processing. Those are English terms connected to that zeitgeist of programming in that realm of iOS. So when I talk about Android, it'll be a different experience. But all I have to say is, I'm an iOS developer. Translate this into the Android equivalent,
Right.
which is just words. So I think the next level is about, what words can you draw up? What is your diction? And readers are leaders. I think
Right.
the people who are reading the most are going to grab the most words to be able to explain the most thoughts.
Facts.
So books are back in style.
Right.
Oh,
I'm
and
black
my man, hey,
and
Spin
I
already on
read
it.
and
He
I
already
know
on
shit.
it. Reading is the new studying.
Bro, this been my highest selling shirt since 2018.
Give
Wow.
thanks.
I'm bringing it back for Black Futures Month. You said it. Books is back in style, man. Read 104 books a year. Go ahead.
Give thanks. Give thanks. And now that you say that, I mean, that's what we share. You have to have the desire and you have to actually enjoy reading to know that you're going to go grab something that you never had.
Yeah, especially like in developing and coding, you know what I mean? And that's when I wrote a book, bro, Joel. If you don't know, I wrote a book called Actual Intelligence plus Artificial Intelligence equals Accelerated Intelligence. So that's us right there. We getting a book, right? We filling up our actual intelligence.
Yep.
And Red, what you say? Ancient intelligence?
Ancestral intelligence.
Ancestral intelligence plus artificial intelligence gives you, you know what I'm saying, 4x accelerated intelligence. You know what I mean? You know everything from the past and how you're and where you're at in your life and your energy and how you should shape the future. And you can tell the rest of the world exactly what your brain look like through AI and tech.
Right. Because even in like Midjourney, a deep reader will understand certain nuances in the prompt that somebody who doesn't read, they wouldn't know the light angles of a Rembrandt. They don't know what that means. But somebody who's well read and that's where you find your best AI prompt engineers. These are the people that companies are looking for to the tune of what, 300, 400 a year?
Yeah.
400K.
They got an offer out here in San Francisco right now for a AI agent engineer for 200 to 300.
Yeah.
One company.
Yeah. Those are the new jobs that are
So
on
imagine how much revenue you're enabling in that position.
Exactly. If they're paying that much.
200, how much they making revenue as a company by what you just created? Like that's one thing as a developer, I've enabled several exits just by the code that I've created, the architecture that I took from somebody else's thought.
Yeah.
But then the exit happens and you're just a W-2 employee.
Right.
You just W-2. You just human capital.
That's why we want to be in the lead here. You know what I'm saying? We want to be the leaders in the round table when it comes to our culture. So when we hear about the next large language model, it shouldn't be Chinese. It should be Negro or something.
It should. You know what? And we speak about the reading. I've been able to and blessed to curate a digital library for the last 12 years. I call it the Wisdom Library. I'm looking to now take a DeepSeek and train it, really give it all of that data, both PDFs and videos, and similar to like you were mentioning, Red, about being able to scrape Blog Talk Radio. It's that similar consciousness that we need to be able to rely on in swift response in a language model.
So Joe, have you been using my bad, Red? Have you been using deep research?
I have not been using deep research. Like I have not.
You can read 500 books in 10 minutes.
Okay. And so I heard you mention that earlier. I'm like, okay, I'm writing down. So we're lifetime learners. I'm taking and I'm going to be putting it in my workshop tonight.
Right.
Come on.
My question to you, good brother, is I have a course that I started in 2020 called Stream Chasers. And I went out on a limb and I said that we were going to chase 100 income streams. And this was like early 2020. And it seemed like very far reaching back then. I remember doing the research for it. And I was like, damn, I was not aware of so many income streams that people were actually able to create on their own. Now, fast forward to 2025, I was able to go to, I went to ChatGPT and had them generate 100 income streams just from DeepSeek alone. Right?
Yep.
So can you help? Well, damn, I'm jumping ahead of myself because you did mention something I wanted to harken on. When we were talking about making conscious machines and whatnot. I'm gonna get back to that. Can you share with the family how possible it is for a very focused, either individual or groups of people to successfully run, function and scale 100 income streams in this new economy we're in?
Well, automation is going to be the backbone of that. Being able to get clear about it, being able to use the tools of basically project management tools like your ClickUps, your Jiras. I like ClickUp these days. It has a nice visualization. Being able to
I like
organize.
ClickUp too.
Yeah, being able to organize. Like you still, if you want organization, that's what you have to organize. So it has to
How
be an
about
organized
Notion?
approach to it. But those tools going to help that even.
Right. How do you like Notion?
Oh, Notion. Notion is basically that's your repository of knowledge for anybody who onboards.
Right.
You're able to just go to a one-stop shop. It's like a wiki or
Right.
basically an organizational wiki for how to. This is how we basically put all your SOPs, your standards and procedures. Your standard operating procedures in the Notion. So if I onboard a new engineer, I'm going to send him the Notion links that he needs to read up on the onboarding. I might create some having AI build some onboarding PowerPoint type of presentations. So you can onboard people because you're going to need people to join the fight.
Definitely.
Create an organizational chart of the pieces of the puzzle you need. Seek those people out. They use the Notion. They tap in on the ClickUp. The ClickUp has all the visibility that we need to give that inner accountability. When we're talking about certain things have dependencies on other people in the team. For example, like we may have to wait in engineering on the design before we start to move because we want to move with efficiency. Oftentimes moving without design, you end up having to do some recoding and stuff. And that we want to get it right the first time. With these tools, we can do that.
Right. Excellent. How do you see that, good brother Spence City? How do you see the possibilities of managing and scaling 100 income streams with the tools that are available right now?
Actually, I think we know that it's actually again right on the fingertips of most people, because I would say simply to do that, you would ask ChatGPT right now, or you'll give them that 100 income streams. And like he said, you'll tie that in with write me a SOP on how all these income streams work, right? So now you'll get a breakdown. You'll get a breakdown of, all those businesses.
Right.
And then you'll start off with what you know already. So what would you need for all those businesses? You'll need your site, you'll need your product, your description, you need your target audience, and you need your funnels and content, and you just go up the ladder and make the sale, close the sale. Some of those teams on some of those 100 businesses will need sales teams.
Right.
Some of those businesses will need a social media manager to do, some of them, they might be, you can capture them through the DM. Some you might got to capture on the email list. Some you got to do sales calls. And it doesn't matter. Over all 100 of those businesses, there's an AI for that. Okay?
Right.
We can get AI on the phone with you. We can take 80,000 phone calls at once. And those are 20 of the businesses that need a sales team. Okay, that's taken up. Let's keep it even. A quarter of those businesses need a sales team that they can get on a call and close a call, and that can happen with AI. Right. And all you'll need to really hire is a AI manager for each of those businesses. Right. Now, if you want to make 100 businesses into 1,000 businesses, you translate each of those businesses into 10 different languages. All in all, maybe you'll take a month of some nice, focused, deep work. Put all the SOPs into place, put all the automation into place, get your managers on board, and you ride from there and see what you can get over the next 10 years.
I love that.
Yes.
And that's at scale.
And that's at scale.
And that is at scale. Definitely. Next question that I want to ask, because we didn't even get into the whole DeepSeek thing.
I can go crazy on that. Go ahead with yours, Red. I know you had something.
Yeah, no. I'm just okay.
I'm looking at the GitHub now, trying to see what I'm gonna jump into first.
Right, going back to the conscious machines. When I was talking to you yesterday when we were in a meeting, I was asking you, was I able to take my archives of radio shows from Blog Talk Radio, transcript them, right? Get the text from the transcript and then begin to program my very own DeepSeek reasoning model on nothing but consciousness. So it only thinks, it only its main source of data sets will be YouTube videos, blogs, Instagram posts, Blog Talk Radio that we turn into transcript. So it's rich in transcript, it's rich in text, right? What is the possibility of building my own super conscious, know the ledge intelligence machine?
I think your chances are better than ever.
Okay.
Like I was able to go out there and go fishing when you mentioned that to me, and it's a cool site that I came up on called Scrapeless. Scrapeless, SCRAPE, scrapeless.com.
Less. Okay.
All type of web scraping tools for doing exactly what you said. So what we need to do is take that scope. You giving us the scope, you giving us the target, and see which of those tools we need to equip, set up, onboard, and prepare that same type of SOP. Make sure we have a automated, for move close to automation as far as scripting those tools to work to get that quality data, because that data is quality. It's like essentially creating your own Akashic record that'll last forever.
Thank you. That's exactly what it is. You know. Okay. Interesting. So theoretically, anybody with the right amount of data, or what we would call data sets, could use an open source model like a DeepSeek or a Llama and build anything that they kind of want to from a at a commercial level as well for like for market.
I believe so. At scale, when you start to say, I want to build an MVP of this that builds out to scale in a maybe say a 3-phase approach. So you have like a small, medium, large form of it, and each one rolls into the next one in a way that gives you good feedback, and you maybe equip it with analytics to start to learn the testing usage and stuff, so you can improve it as you iterate. That's
Right.
there, but also I got to think about the intangibles that you need to have. Even if you're clear, you got to have that tenacity and that persistence to fight through some of the bugs that can come with development. I work with youth, and we do some technological uplift in the form of curriculum. And one of the learning outcomes that is a part of that is helping children build that resilience that comes with learning new technology, fighting through it didn't work this time moments that come at times, understanding how to debug, how to troubleshoot.
Right. We can't talk about that.
You run into a bug. I've been on some projects or products that there's been a bug that exists multiple days, and this is before AI. So you would have to use all the resources you could to figure out why is this thing not working. Sometimes what could be happening is a dependency that's a third-party type thing comes and messes up some aspects of a native function. So you have to do you have to have a scientific mind. You got to want to be curious enough to nail it down no matter what it takes. So I would say these intangibles are very important for you to be seeing it all the way through.
You mentioned that you were working with the youth and they had to wrap their minds around new technology, and there was somewhat of a learning curve. Can you speak to the parents out there, the homeschoolers, the ones who have youths that are graduating and weighing out whether they should go to college or they should pursue a degree in computer science or programming or prompting and whatnot? Can you speak to what is it going to take to turn our children into competitors for Africa, India, and China right now?
So I got this backdoor theory that is not even concerning about tech in the beginning. It's about the type of programming that lifts up a tech storyline, and the hero is some tech person that ends up dropping the seed that makes you want to pursue that based off that series of scenes that gives you that emotional response. It makes you think what we need you to think without us telling you to think it.
Right.
So
Right.
I think it's that media and imagery of this type of pursuit being given to a youth. For me, I'm a big Goonies fan, so I'm all about the adventure, the quest,
Right. The hero journey.
the hero's journey, to be able to unlock the next stage by persistence and teamwork. So that's why I tend to go about life like that. We need to create that type of storyline, that sequence of scenes, such that youth see that and they it's cool. It's already in their frame of reference for them to choose to be that type of ingenious developer.
I'm gonna let Spin touch on that real quick, but I do want to add on that I believe it was November of 24. We went and did something in Brooklyn at Nicholas called the Fantasy Complex Industry. And the approach that we were taking with this workshop was we were encouraging everybody from my generation, Generation X, they would call us, and every other generation after that to really tap into, their imagination to like take back the fantasy complex industry that was running us when we were children, which would be the comic book industry, the toy industry, the video game industry, the cartoon industry, and the film industry. And I'm like, yo, we literally could run our own industries now. We literally could make our own characters now. We could 3D print our own toys and whatnot, or we could get them made in China or Pakistan, wherever India, wherever they got these factories. We could do what Hasbro and them were doing with our own propriety, right?
And equity.
And equity, right? Without making Stan Lee and these people's grandchildren rich or for
And he just rewrapping our stuff back to us.
Right. And he re-rocking, you know what I'm saying? He out here white facing shit, you know what I mean? He whitewashing Malcolm X and MLK.
Essentially.
So it's like I want to encourage the youth to be a part of that. Because I know that we living in a day and time, because if the biggest industry in the world is gaming and the technology is upgrading to the point where you can make game graphics, right? Like if I had some NVIDIA chips, I can make video game graphics AI shit at this point. So it's almost about to meet one another. Because like you were saying, if I have a video game character and he has a lesson in the story or in his character, I'm helping them see a better way of them finding character or integrity, then it's a win-win.
That's when we really become ingenious. It's helping us become greater stewards of the youth, because now we're thinking way beyond even how we were matriculated through. And it's making us really raise our vibration up to how brilliant do you have to be to get somebody to think a thought without telling them what the thought is? You lead them to the thought by them just, I love this game. You design it how they like it. You A/B test it. You get the right type of feedback. Like, oh no, they like B. Make it look like B. They love B. They don't even know why they like B. Just keep doing B.
That's right.
We get the underneath analytics, the A/B testing of it all, and we start to prove the concept. The data will prove the concept. And we just keep iterating, and you give them that book, you give them that animated series, you give them that game, you give them that iPad game for even a 4-year-old.
Exactly.
Right.
And they are normalized into that, and you just build on that. You know that you captured a certain youth and generation, and then you keep riding with them. Like, okay, the 4-year-olds, they're 8 now. They need an 8-year-old type of game that builds on that one.
Let me ask you a question. This would be a question that I would ask DeepSeek or OpenAI or one of these chatbots. What would be the going budget these days to build the equivalent of a Leapfrog?
And that Leapfrog is that device, that little iPad device type.
Right. It's a loaded device, right? So it's basically a loaded device. So let's say that we got tablets that are being shipped to a home. They're loaded with apps and they're loaded with programs that we created.
Totally.
It's all our propriety.
I mean, it takes you bring the right system architects. We got, Hope Global Forum. I met brothers from Georgia Tech who look like me, got patents already, who building these type of devices, has those sorts. So we got the hardware people. I feel like we already got them. We need the organization using those tools that we mentioned, taking that project management approach to iterating through. Then I believe, hey, I think we need to build our own languages. I mean, all the languages are kin anyway. We can start with some aspects, but I remember taking a class in college called Programming Language Concepts, and you basically talk about syntax and semantics. Syntax and semantics. Become rulers of language, understand the building blocks of language, and then translate that into a new framework, a new platform with its own defensibility. That way we then can build wide and deep.
Excellent, excellent. Brother,
Bro, I got that entire framework mindset, bro, with the Next Step program, bro. It's built for 5th through 12th graders, bro, to learn exactly what you're saying. And if we could collab what you're saying, all of us, the SOPs, the lineup, the way to learn, just like you said, I got the characters, I already write comic books to where we make tech and we make AI look so cool that they aspire to be that when they grow up.
Bingo.
Every time they see, their cartoon, and then like you said, speaking that language that comes with, I don't know what the babies are watching, right? Coco Melon or something, right?
Yeah,
really. We drop our whole lineup of sequences, like bring back Cartoon Network, right? But always have a message behind every show that would, progress the minds and the eyes of those youth in each grade. I have it set up, bro. I'll send you the PDF, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've presented the PDF before, but especially you that's been teaching and coding, bro. This is a group effort.
Oh, it totally is.
You know what I mean? So if you can definitely take a look at my PDF, I can show y'all, everything that I've built as far as cartoons, characters, comics, games. You know what I mean? Like old school Sudoku. Changing your numbers and changing the meaning behind that.
Gamifying it.
Yeah, gamify it, a different chess game. And then there's a never-ending story.
Yes.
Never-ending story means every child that comes in and starts to, if the first enrollment is 16 weeks, a story is happening for those 16 weeks that never ends. The next enrollment of children will help develop and write that story. It's the never-ending story of the next step. So, definitely, bro. We should talk. All of us should get together and really look at what I have and what I'm bringing to the table for Black Futures Month. And I know that you guys can only assist in the hyper acceleration of that, bringing those to those age children.
Man, most definitely give thanks. We are reflections. Like I would love to be, a part of that build out. I would love to add what I have because I feel like we have everything we need. We just need each other now.
Right.
Sure.
Let me go and play this video, y'all, real quick. We're going to get into this DeepSeek conversation.
Peace.
All right, check it out.
The new open source AI. The entire AI world has just been upended by a surprise contender, DeepSeek, the new open source AI model that's giving ChatGPT a run for its money. It's cheaper, more efficient, and extremely accessible. And with the help of that accessibility and peer review, they're advancing at a rapid pace. Their partnership with AMD provides them with the cutting-edge hardware they need to fuel that advancement, giving them optimum performance and scalability. Already, Chinese AI companies like ByteDance, Tencent, and Baidu have been forced to lower their prices just to remain competitive. But what is it about DeepSeek that has American giants like Meta, Google, and OpenAI feeling the pressure? DeepSeek R1's groundbreaking efficiency comes from its mixture of experts architecture, which has it using only a small, specialized fraction of its overall computing capacity to answer specific questions. Like how a question about heart diseases would wake up the cardiologist on call, but not the neurologist or gynecologist. Other aspects, like multi-head latent attention, allows the model to focus on multiple parts of the input data, giving it a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of the information it's absorbing. These design choices both expedite the model's computation processes while also significantly reducing the computation resources needed to train it. This is how DeepSeek can reduce its costs by a large margin. Compared to traditionally trained models like Meta's, they can then price their API much lower than their competitors, making them more accessible to a broader market, including small businesses and developers. Priced at 0.55 USD per million input tokens and 2.19 USD per million output tokens, they certainly look very attractive to customers, compared to OpenAI's prices at 15 USD and 60 USD. Finally, their open source model has also democratized access to advanced AI development, with DeepSeek drawing the awe of investors and developers alike. How will companies like OpenAI and Meta respond? How might the AI world evolve next?
For the novice or the beginner who, might not know what an API is or how to use open source technology like DeepSeek for their company, can you just briefly share how one would take advantage of a tool like DeepSeek in their business and how they could basically avoid from being fired or being cut off by Trump or, just being dropped and whatnot by Target? Like, how could somebody take APIs and open source technology and make themselves recession proof?
It's about having some awareness, being able to use the context of your awareness to speak to the AI in a succinct, concise way of where you exist now, where you're looking to get to. So you give it a point A, a point B, and then you're able to say, give a little bit of how the performance has been and what you feel like you think you need, and then have it say, provide some analysis and insights from here. Oftentimes you won't get it on a single shot. Single shot meaning I'm going to ask a whole bunch of stuff and I wanted to ask it all in one return. No,
Right.
Sit down and build up the case. Sometimes you need to say, we're going to play a game. I feel like I have this issue, but we're going to see if we agree. And then have it bring the insight so you can then read through it. Something about the creator loves games. So even the highest intelligence wants to win a game. So speaking it to it in the term of, hey, we're going to play a game. I want to talk to you about my business. I want you to understand and see if we both think we have the same problem. And then after we identify the problem, let's come up with the top 5 solutions. And then from that, the solutions, recursively, we call recursive function something that you keep, it'll call itself inside of itself to keep answering it until it gets to the end, the terminating thing. So recursively, you go through each one of those 5 things to see which one is the most viability. Maybe it has the least cost, the least complexity. And then now you may be 6 to 7 messages deep, but I like to build like a little side document and say a Word document or something that I'm going to end up saving and being like, okay, this is the outcome of that conversation. And this is the plan that we're going to use to build. And it's going to tell me which APIs to use, which is basically just a bridge, a pipeline of data that you didn't build, but you actually trust the source, and they opened up and give you the ability to use their source data to actually create your kind of experience for your business. So now people come into your business and see, oh, wow, we got some good data in here, but you didn't have to come up with it. You just used a key that data source gave you, and you unlock that data and you drive it through your experience that has your brand, your logo, now it's yours.
Right. So basically, in 2 things, the difference between a reasoning machine and a chatbot, and the second thing, to be for clarity purposes, I could use a powerful tool like DeepSeek on my app or in my business or on my website and basically cover up DeepSeek and make it seem like it's mine. Like it's a white label.
That's the best thing about open source. These are open source opens doors because you can just take that, wrap it up in your look and feel.
Right.
And then that makes you get more credibility as your business is more credible.
Right.
People, they trust it more. It's branded as you. And so people are going to then speak about that only knowing that's from your brand.
Right. Interesting.
So now you may be a brand that does a certain type of bottled goods, but now you may tap into being able to offer other kind of data that's complementary to that using this open source model.
Right.
Which is free. For example, I have a couple apps that I'm working for a client that I have to pay the $20 a month for OpenAI so I can use the API.
Yeah.
So to get the dashboard console to actually hook her app up to the API.
Right.
But with DeepSeek, it's free. You just gotta have enough patience and resilience to start getting out of it what you want.
Right. So we're gonna have the conversation about, of course, we're gonna do the pro and we're gonna do the con. So we want to get into the conversation about DeepSeek and the dangers of its, terms of services, the data extraction, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna play this video real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about what this means to us. Check this out.
Make it anyway. This is a comparison of privacy and data use between OpenAI and DeepSeek, and I think it's worth knowing. So let's get into it. There's 6 sections. Number 1, privacy and data use. So DeepSeek retains broad rights to review user inputs and user outputs to monitor compliance, including maintaining databases of, quote, illegal content features. Even after account deletion, it reserves the right to retain data. It provides very little clarity on how it de-identifies you when using data. OpenAI allows users to opt out of having their content used to train models. It clearly describes what it's doing with inputs and outputs to improve services. It does not monitor or maintain compliance databases, and it retains user ownership of inputs and outputs very clearly. So if you put something in, you own it at OpenAI. That's not clear at DeepSeek. Number 2, ownership and licensing. Yes, we're going farther there. DeepSeek grants a revocable, non-exclusive license for users to use the service and retains most rights on the platform, requiring explicit consent for any other use. It vaguely defines user rights over outputs with potential restrictions on how the outputs the model gives can be used or shared. So, like if it comes back with an answer, it's not exactly clear what your legal rights to that answer are. OpenAI provides very clear and user-friendly ownership terms. It allows users to own the inputs and assign ownership of the outputs to users. It's transparent about the potential non-uniqueness of outputs because, of course, large language models recognize patterns. Number 3, jurisdiction. DeepSeek applies Chinese law and requires disputes to be resolved in Hangzhou, China. And this definitely creates barriers to Americans who wish to have concerns addressed in the courts. OpenAI applies California law and allows for dispute resolution through arbitration, which DeepSeek does not. And it's a very transparent process for appeals. Number 4, monitoring and security. DeepSeek implements monitoring mechanisms, including reviewing user activity, keystrokes, establishing, quote, risk filtering mechanisms, which they don't define. OpenAI just wants to keep the service safe and functional, or that's the way they write it in the terms of service, and encourages users to flag inappropriate behavior, and they give like up and down thumbs to like call that out, and explains the limitations of AI generated content, inaccuracy risks, probabilistic nature. Those are all important things. Number 5, account termination. DeepSeek explicitly states that certain data will be retained or may be retained after account deletion, and includes severe penalties for violations, including permanent bans, data retention for legal purposes, and cooperation with Chinese authorities. OpenAI reserves the right to terminate accounts for policy violations, but it provides an appeals process, and it deletes inactive accounts and provides advanced.
We gotta both come
I
off.
could go on for days. That video lasts a few more minutes where he talks about all of the rights and stuff like that. I do want to know from each one of you, how do you feel about this whole thing with China having access to all of that data? I do want to let the family know that TikTok is just as egregious as those terms of services that you just heard right there. TikTok is doing the same thing, but please carry on.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to have the economic mindset state in mind when you're China and you look at America? How are they marketing? What is happening? That's why they're looking for keystrokes. They're looking for a whole bunch of back data of how you act on the site, what you ask on the site, what you get back, and how you go and use it. Because that's what I was saying earlier. I'm not even super. I would say I'm not super DeepSeek. I'm not super pro DeepSeek. There's things that you can do for free, yeah, but then there's that back end data. There's, there's a lot of things in between OpenAI and DeepSeek, but we see DeepSeek still trying to get information. They're still trying to grow and expand. They're trying to go at scale. So, it seems that they have a whole bunch of older NVIDIA chips, and they use all of the data from OpenAI, Gemini, Claude, Grok. They pulled all this information in and said, I feel like DeepSeek is a really, really, really well-taught ChatGPT 4.0.
Right.
ChatGPT actually taught DeepSeek. That's how they're able to do it.
It shows up.
And it shows up.
It shows up. If you ask it, it'll be like, I'm an OpenAI student.
I'm OpenAI's ChatGPT 4.0. But it is, but the way it gives you how I was thinking, I've taught my ChatGPT how to do that before. Mm-hmm. That's why I say that. My ChatGPT will tell me, if you go and teach your ChatGPT, explain your thinking for 7 to 10 seconds, it'll do the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And now we're thinking about a reasoning model, but it has there's no slot for memory inside of DeepSeek. I've been everywhere. Right. I can't find a slot for memory or how to teach it. Mm-hmm. So what am I really trading off for that free service when I could get that plus DALL-E creating pictures, plus folders and projects, plus how to teach it, how to speak to me? It knows me. Just like Joel said, when you're doing DeepSeek with your business, you have to stay on that same thing and keep talking about the business. Right. Where inside of OpenAI projects, you can just stack a whole bunch of Google, OpenAI applied the whole Claude thing with folders and projects, and then a little bit of Gemini in there, a little bit deep research, kind of sort of. But we see DeepSeek in China steady trying to get information. Oh yeah, use this for free, of course. Yeah, this is better than what you got at home. TikTok, right? Right. TikTok, this is better than what you got at home, and so we can offer this, and it's pennies on the dollar. When I want my tech, I'm that type of person that I want the best one. I want the best one. I want to test drive the best version of tech. You know what I mean? So when I get on DeepSeek and I'm doing that filthy work, man, Red, you know how I get to cooking and talking and telling a story and to say apply that to memory. I'm not getting it from DeepSeek. So I see the whole thing as some kind of play, because why is this large language model that's saying, hey, I'm a 4 for 4, so don't eat at BJ's no more. Hey, I'm a 4 for 4, so don't, Right. That's just my look on it for going back there and trying to get out the same artificial work.
I get it.
Beautiful, for me, man. When you're talking about those terms, man, it's like Future say, dress it up and make it real for me. They both dressing it up. I mean, everybody been getting your data since been getting your data. If you get anything for free, you the product since the beginning of tapping into these solutions. So
that's a fact.
Everything's in surveillance. Everything is being surveillance. All the Ring cameras are connected. Nobody can walk away without being seen doing anything. When people are scared of the outcome that's forthcoming, they're going to surveillance and do everything they can do. So that's what I feel like we're in. And it's like, hey, it's like, don't tell me stay safe. Just stay dangerous. Like, use it for what you're gonna use it for, because they using it for what they're gonna use it for. So
I'm gonna have a whole show on data surveillance, data mining, and just the data economy. And I want to bring y'all back for that. We're gonna go real deep. I got some thorough research in that field. But for this show tonight, I want to say 1 million thank yous. This was a powerful panel, a powerful conversation. We touched on a lot of very interesting things and themes. I do want to talk to you off camera, my good brother, about I want to make you an offer that you might not be able to refuse.
Good thanks.
You know, and you know, I just want to let everybody know, especially our students, that we are extending our workshop into February, Black Future Month. I'm sorry,
Black Future.
Black Future Month.
Black Now Month.
Black Now Month. And we will give you updates about that upcoming February course. But what I do know is that we are offering it at a discounted rate to everybody who is a January ticket holder. Y'all gonna be grandfathered in. I have a discount code for everybody, so it will take off a considerable amount on your fee. But we will see all of the students tomorrow in the last class, and that's what we'll let everybody know this good news. This show has been powerful. I want everybody to leave their contacts and how they could be contacted to the family. And yeah, you did great, by the way, good brother.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Joel, everybody
You going
doesn't
crazy,
get on
bro.
the stages and perform,
Hey, it takes one to know one.
you know. But in real life, it was genuine. So the internet is just a reflection of that. So I'm really into meeting people in the real world first. You know what I mean? Feel the energy where before they behind a TV screen. You know, that type of interaction, I still cherish that. That's still authentic to me. So yeah, we're gonna be cooking. We got this thing going. You know, all of my engineers, all of my developers, all of my coders, all of my architects, all of my project managers, all of my designers. Do not be shy. This is an open call. I'm showing you team members. I'm showing y'all Voltron being formed, and we moving, and we grooving, and we building, and we not talking. We're not gonna be out here showboating and talking about things. We're just gonna be showing proof. We're gonna be rolling things out. The workshop was the first monumental collective thing that we did. Me and Spence City, we bodied that, we carried that. You know, we set the people up for everything that has come. Even if you was really laser sharp on what was being said, you would have ran and grabbed some stocks and DeepSeek. I don't know, it's something. I'm just saying yeah, the agentic AI and everything. And if this is just a glimpse of what February is going to bring, it's going to stay going up.
And that's right. Go ahead, Spam.
I was gonna give them that operator, because everybody just think it's for ordering food.
They really simplified it on some consumerism type stuff.
Yeah.
Give them the rundown on the operator.
I'll just tell y'all that's using operator. You want to have, you know, most of the students of Reds and Spins, y'all know to have keywords everywhere. Go to a how-to video on how to do something, how to create this piece of content where they tell you where to click and where to slide and what button to press. You keywords everywhere, that video on YouTube. Now it's in your Chat GPT, wherever you send it. Now you say, break this down to me step by step, click by click, as if I am 5 years old. I need to know everything that's happening. Tell me meticulously exactly what to do, click by click, step by step. What should I see and how can I overcome, and what to do to troubleshoot when I'm in that part of the work. You take that, what it gives you and how it teaches you, and you give it to the operator. And the operator will do exactly step by step, click by click, whatever you got from that YouTube video. If it's creating an ad, if it's creating a piece of content on Canva, it doesn't matter what it is. The operator will take it over and step
by step, click the left-hand corner and drag down this font and this text and use this background. I've already uploaded it. Tell that joint like it is an assistant, and you will get back true agentic AI. And then when you're done and you see that that whole path worked out for you, you press add to task. 9 a.m. every morning, the operator will cook you up a piece of content based off the YouTube video that you broke down, reverse engineered, and taught the operator.
That's
Just
genius.
doesn't order food. Spin
Man.
City in the spot.
No, that's genius right there.
That's
There's
genius.
always a little bit of prerequisite work to get your quality as your most quality output. That was a little bit of prerequisite work, but you're using the tool to help the tool. So you didn't have to come up with that. The tool came up with that prerequisite for the tool, making it a more quality output, helping your outcome be that much more what you expected it to be.
And even when you hop in and you take control of operator and you say, okay, I needed to put that, put that back in your prompt. Put all the troubleshooting you did as a human inside the prompt so that it never has to ask again. That means the task can get done without you having to take over operator. You want to, the first 2-3 times, go ahead, get in there. Go ahead and get in there and say, okay, so this part I did this and I changed this black and I used this thing, use this logo, use this voice from 11 Labs, put this together on Submagic and just make it an SOP, good brother. Make it an SOP, very meticulous, very click by click, step by step, site by site. How do I troubleshoot? What does this look like? What might I run into? What might not I run into? Don't ask it to get too creative.
Right.
Just have it do the step by step, click by click to put it together. So by the time you wake up and your 9 a.m. piece of content is ready, you can just pull it to Canva and say, okay, I did want this change. Fire it off.
That's the algorithm. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and everything in between those steps will be followed. That's one thing I love about the computers. They're gonna do exactly what you say do. You got to ask yourself, did you say the right thing?
They're gonna do what you tell them. For people that's out there wanting to run, if y'all got some power struggles in life, y'all want something to listen to you, go find a computer and it will listen.
Give thanks, man. I'm so appreciative to be here with you all.
This is just the beginning, my brother. Real quick, I want to remind the family, real quick, y'all. AI Accelerated 4.4, Red Pillar, Spin City, 4 weeks, the month of January. If you come in tomorrow, today, or right now, you will also get a rebate on next month's class. All right. We have next month's class, the same cycle for February coming up. We will give you a discount as well. And when you come in, you will have access to all 4 weeks. It's now a course. So you'll just be watching the course. You'll be doing the homework. You'll be learning the same way that everybody learned when they were in class live. Now we have it as a 4-week course. Tomorrow on Wednesday is the last class for this 4-week cycle, AI Accelerated 4.4. We bodied that. We did our thing. We it's forever. It will be sold for 100 years. I mean, it's a forever product. It feels good to create, in this space and to be early and to onboard people and to have proof of work. I'm really doing a lot of work because of proof of work. Blog Talk Radio was my proof of work. 700 episodes, some of the best, richest content. I want to say thank you to I got 2 emails where they scraped all of the episodes. I got 2 emails today. 2 different people say, yo, I got a hard drive with all your shows in it. And that was mad weight off of my shoulders. Then my good brother Lico TV, who I'm working with on the album 44, he showed me the tracking number. You know what I mean? The project is done. It's getting shipped out. We did everything in-house. You feel me? Didn't have to get Spotify in our business. Don't got to get none of these people all in our pockets. We're doing things the right way. And with geniuses such as yourselves, we're going to be building out our own blockchains. We're going to be really turning these assets into something that's going to be able to carry us and our children's children into the future.
And for that, we give thanks.
And for that, we give thanks. So I want to say thank y'all for this transmission, y'all. We will return. We will be back. This is just episode 7 of Techno Tuesdays. We got more, you know, we're going to keep it coming and whatnot. But yeah, with that being, matter of fact, do you want me to show them your website, Jovial?
Yeah, I would love for you to tap in once again.
Healing Heart Sounds.
Healing Heart Sounds.
There you go.
There it is, right there, just like that. And you can just drop, all my iPhone users, just drop your iOS App Store email, and I'll get you that invite ASAP. You know, we definitely want to get the feedback from the family. You'll be able to do a free play with the bowls, and you'll also be able to get your own listening experiences in. I got 3 of them in there, so I want to hear your feedback. We need it, and we're going to trend up, and that's how you let the beat build. You can also tap in with me on IG, Jovial Joel Sounds.
I'm about to get with you right now, bro.
Yeah, let us tap in, man. We are Reflections. Lend me some sugar. I am your neighbor.
Look, man, the game is over. Look, immediately my hustle mind kicked right in. I'm going to be charging mayonnaise people $100 an hour to wear some linen and go somewhere with some chicletas on and play the goddamn singing bowls off the phone while I smoke the za.
That's what it's about. Hey, ascending the frequency. Ascending the frequency.
I'm gonna be lathered in patchouli oil and feathers. I'm telling you, I'm gonna charge them $100 an hour so I could just play my phone on like 3 grams or some shit, bro. For real.
Hey, we need it.
Now you body this.
Give thanks.
Yeah, you sharp, brother. I got in with you, man. Spin City, man.
Okay.
Peace to the God.
All right, family.
All right,
we got a classic show coming up. I got the brother B Dell and I got the brother Alkebalon 44. We're gonna be on the show.
Shout out to that
at
11:11.
Yeah, and we bringing more scientists to the table. This is a heavy science, heavy Techno Tuesday and whatnot, you know. And yeah, we just gonna keep building. But with that being said, peace, love, and light to the family. We will see y'all very, very soon. Students, we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace and love.
Peace.
Red, blue, purple light. Red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts. Red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your 3rd eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.